For the first week of February, for the first new comic book day of this month, the gods above decided to pity me and gave me a very, very small week for comics, which means my bank account is very happy. It would be more happy if I didn't spend it on stuff like this, but it'll just have to accept what it can get. So, for the first week of February for New Comic Book Day, like I said, it was very, very short. So, I mean, literally, I've only got one thing from DC, and that was Batman number 88, Swords Cross, Assassins Bleed, Batman taking on Deathstroke in the gang once again, and learning a bit more about this mysterious designer, and it seems like the Riddler, Penguin, Catwoman, Joker, sometime in the past they worked together to defeat Batman, and the designer is connected to this, so their past is coming back to haunt them in a way. And from Marvel, got Marauders number 7, where, how would I say this, we still don't know if Kitty's alive or not after she was drowning, but the rest of the Marauders are doing their own thing so far. So, and speaking of Kitty, she's in X-Men Fantastic Four number 1, start of this mini-series dealing with the X-Men wanting, well, mutants in general wanting Franklin Richards to be part of Krakoa since he's a mutant, and Fantastic Four not particularly happy about that, the idea of their son just taken away from them. Then we got Power Rangers, it's very wordy. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 3. Got the variant, as I always will be doing. It's color coded with the Rangers and the Turtles. So Billy's blue Ranger helmet with Leonardo blue, so obviously. And then got Food Wars volume 34. Funny enough, I know how I always talk about how sometimes DC and Marvel will have covers that have nothing to do with the interiors. This cover has nothing to do with the interiors of this volume. Not centered around the Nakiri family, so it's a bit off. And then I got volume 2 of Die. I enjoyed the first one. The first one was good, so definitely needed to pick up the second volume, and I think which is the end. I don't think there's any more of Die, unless I'm wrong. And since I don't want to bother making 2-minute long videos, we're just going to go straight into the review, which is of X-Men Fantastic Four number 1, written by Chip Zdarsky, art by Terry Dodson, coloring by Laura Martin, and the cover by Terry and Rachel Dodson. So as I said earlier, the whole point of this issue is that Xavier wants Franklin part of their whole new society in Krakoa. You know, all mutants, we're here. Now, all mutants are welcome here, apart from Kitty, who can't use the gates properly, apart from Destiny, considering if Destiny comes back, immediately Xavier, Moira, and Magneto's plans are foiled because they'll be able to see it and figure it out. So all mutants except for a select few are allowed to properly enter and be on Krakoa. So they want Franklin, considering that he is a mutant, one of the most powerful, well, I would say was one of the most powerful, because currently his powers are draining, something that's happening in the current Fantastic Four, I believe, by Slott. So they want to bring him onto the island to see if could his power level draining also affect them? Could it be a mutant issue? So they want not only just the whole, we have to have all mutants here, but this could be an issue. So they kind of have legitimate reasons for wanting Franklin to be part of Krakoa. So they bring Kitty aboard onto their plan to get Franklin, considering the history between the two, kind of a friendly face to help with the transitioning from life with the Fantastic Four on Yancey Street to life on Krakoa. And while all of this is going on, Franklin's getting tested with, a cure for his power draining. Nothing's working. He's getting very angsty. He's in his teen angst stages, and lashing out against his father, voicing his concerns with the Thing, and that's when the mutants arrive, the X-Men arrive to offer Franklin the chance to be part of Krakoa, and they're not particularly happy. The Fantastic Four, for obvious reasons, aren't particularly happy with Franklin being taken away from them to be with this new society that just kind of just, you know, arrived. And as Mr. Fantastic says, you're acting like you're above humanity, buying us off with gifts of medicine, and given also the Thing also adds his concerns to Storm. It's just like, I don't know, sounds to me like the least safe place for my mutant godson is a new Genosha, which both sides so far have like legitimate reasons for wanting Franklin to be with them. For the X-Men, for the mutants in general, we want all mutants, and maybe the problem with Franklin could be something that will affect all of us as well. Could be a genetic mutant problem. So we need to figure that out. And then obviously for the Fantastic Four, you're not taking our son away. And Krakoa is probably like the least safe place that he can be at. Genosha, it could be Genosha 2.0, where it just ends up being destroyed. So that's the main crux of the issue, starting that conflict between the two. So story, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's above average. It has its moments. It's all right. I think one of my main concerns is the placement of Kitty in the story. Like, there's a reason for Kitty to be there, given her history with Franklin, but it contradicts what's going on with her in Marauders, because if you see Kitty in this comic, she does not look like Kitty in the Marauders. She kind of looks like a bit like classic Kitty. So she's not the whole dressed as the Red Queen, her hair tied up, her nose or like parts of her face bruised or battered. She looks like how she kind of used to look before, like before she, long brown hair and all that, kind of classic looking suit. So, and also with where Kitty currently is with the Marauders, she's supposed to be drowning in an ocean right now, possibly dead. So where's the continuity? There's no continuity within this story with placement of characters. It doesn't even... It's obviously not before Marauders start, considering the Marauders already exist in this story. So, like, where does it take place? Characters aren't... their appearances aren't what they actually look like currently within their own series in Dawn of X. I mean, even like at the end, Cyclops is wearing a more kind of classic looking suit, like almost he's almost wearing his like 90s animated series look, or X Factor kind of look, whatever. Despite the fact he's shown to be with, the whole bald, just round head, just simple looking clothes. So the continuity is a bit off here, but I think story wise it's okay. It's not the best thing in existence. Art and coloring, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. That was at least something I did like. It was good. And the cover, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5 as well. I think it's a good cover. I do like the Dodson's art style. So definitely a good cover. So that is it for the review of X-Men Fantastic Four #1 and what I got on New Comic Book Day. This is probably the only video you're going to get. We'll see, because for some reason, there was a part of me that decided, hey, you should watch Birds of Prey and review it. And I hate that part of myself, because I already bought tickets to it. So now so I'm not wasting money. I'm going to go see Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. An unnecessary long subtitle for this movie. But But I'm pretty sure they could have just called it Harley Quinn, and it would be the exact same film. That's my prediction. Here's my prediction for Birds of Prey. It literally is just going to be Harley Quinn the film. Considering all the marketing, all the trailers and everything, the necessarily long subtitle, this is a Harley Quinn film. Just for some reason they called it Birds of Prey because the Birds of Prey are going to be in it. The Birds of Prey are probably not going to be that big in the film. They're just going to be like Harley's just pretty much Harley's gang of just misfits and just whatever. That's my prediction for Birds of Prey. And will it be good? Will it be bad? I don't know. When it comes to the DC Extended Universe, they do good stuff like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, and then there's Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League, Suicide Squad. The kind of recurring theme is that when they go to the dark and gritty, or they just go with something related to Batman, it's not good. But everything else is just like, yeah, that's great, and just like, ugh. So that's my prediction. But if I do review it, you'll actually get my full thoughts on it. Maybe we'll see how it goes. Maybe the film is so bad it renders me catatonic and I can't do anything. But that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.